I feel like Europe, and this is coming from a European, I feel like Europe is losing all of its top tier, hungry, like get it sort of like talent to other countries. And one of the main countries is the United Arab Emirates. And specifically now, I would say probably Dubai. And I know some of you might be thinking, okay, it's already so like past, like, Dubai is not so interesting anymore, blah, 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 blah. That was hot like 5 years ago, whatever. But I'll tell you what, like during the essentially real estate search to find our new base, because we decided creating our new base in Dubai. So we moved here pretty much after some 6 months of world schooling, we moved here from Switzerland. And during the real estate process, I have met, Italian real estate agent. I've met a German real estate agent, Swiss real estate agent, Norwegian, etc. Of course, we've met, also other nationalities, but I'm counting those European countries right now, and taking them as an example, essentially a test pool or research pool as an example to point out that all of them in our conversations have been the same in the sense that they are hungry, right? They are go-getters. They're like the kind of like people that they want to get shit done, if I can say shit on TikTok, but they want to get stuff done. They want to create a better life for their family in terms of like also, finances. They don't want to be, pulled into or forced into a certain type of hamster wheel. And sadly, I feel like a lot of European countries, and yes, given Switzerland, if you live in certain cantons, obviously it's a little bit different. Canton Zug is a tax haven, and yeah, Liechtenstein as well. However, in most European countries, such as Norway, such as Germany, such as, Austria, such as Italy, they feel like that there is no future for them and their family in terms of like fast wealth building. And we're talking about they're not trying to build wealth over like 5 generations, which usually sometimes has been the case, I would say, historically in Europe, because there is so many hoops you have to jump through in order to kind of get to a certain stage. Not to say, of course, there's not outliers. Of course, there are outliers, right? But I think by and large, they have sadly realized that they have to leave the country, that they have maybe their summer homes in Europe, that's where they're still enjoying the laid back European lifestyle, but everything else from the government, they feel like the high amount of taxes and so on. And again, I can't speak for everyone, but these have been kind of the conversations for me, and I would love for you to tell me a little bit more what you're thinking. But they're feeling it's taking away from being able to create a better life because they have to pay such high taxes and so on, among a few other things, and the essentially hoops and regulations that are around entrepreneurship, which is important, right? Entrepreneurship fuels economies oftentimes. So yeah, I feel like as a European, and especially also I'm an Austrian, I love my home country. I really do. But I can see, and all of them they do. And I feel like all of them are a little bit sad at the reality of what they're seeing Europe's future is going to be like. And so I don't know if we are alone in this. I don't know if you feel like that is happening as well, and you're still living in a few of those European countries I just named as an example. So don't come at me for that. It's just an example. But the essentially the talks that we had are so similar, and I just found it crazy. So yeah, let me know in the comments. And if you're also in Dubai, hit me up.